right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another DC Worlds Collide. This is Mr. Squirrel. As always, it's a pleasure to have you. I look forward to chatting with you. So, I made a post a couple days yesterday, and what I wanted to ask the community is, who do you want to see come to this game? I just wanted to get what are people's general ideas. I've been trying to do this in other places. I tried posting on the Reddit. I tried posting on X, Twitter, whatever it is. And it's been kind of hard just because there's not like a unified area where everyone's going. I'm trying to find spaces to kind of share ideas, talk about ideas with other people. I do post on the informal Discord page, which is pretty good. But there's not a lot of people on that. So I think the problem right now is like consolidation of information for this game, which is what I'm trying to like have like an all-encompassing news channel for this game. This is probably one of my favorite games that's on the phone ever. I just really love the fact that it is very casual, yet you can all like you play in a way that like you have to try. So I really appreciate that, but that's neither here nor there. So I posted yesterday, I asked, hey, who do you want to see come to the game? And so I was figuring what we'll do today is kind of run through what people are saying, and then I've pulled up some images of people, and then I have some top 20 lists, top 100 lists for different characters, and I figured those would be a good place to start of characters we could see come to this game. And yeah, let's get started. So first person, General, you said the Flashpoint Batman and Lar Freeze. So Mr. Wayne, I think that'd be really cool. Flashpoint Batman, I think is a really good, it's a great point. And I was just thinking like Michael Keaton, but yeah, no. Lar Freeze, this is the Orange Lantern. That'd be really, so Lantern of Greed. I think he'd be really interesting, going along with the lines of the Green Lanterns. G3R Shark, you're talking about Kyle Rayner. I agree. I think it'd be cool to see him. My thing though is that we have a lot of lanterns right now, and you even say that, like we even though we might have a lot of lanterns already. I think he'd be interesting down the line. I think they should take a break from lanterns, but at the same time, do I really? Because we're gonna have the Lantern TV show coming out, which then also leads me to think like, I mean, what probably will end up happening, guys, is Green Lantern Jess is probably gonna get replaced. I'm just being very real with you. The 4-star is gonna get replaced. I don't see John Stewart getting replaced. Sorry, I'm like on a John Stewart thing right now. I think he'd be great. So then let's look here. We also got Reverse Flash. Oh heck yes. Darkseid. I mean, I'm like, Darkseid is kind of. I mean, not that he's. I'm just saying like. I'm curious about him. Like, what are they gonna do? I have a feeling they're gonna make him like a raid boss. I mean, so the league is all about fighting as minions, which leads me to believe I think they're gonna do something with him as a boss character in the game, because he kind of has, you know what I mean, that aura of like he is the main bad. And so, I mean, they're probably going to release multiple variations of him. Shazam, of course, Shazam, that'd be great. Lucifer Morningstar, I mean, I never watched the show, so we're looking at like this. I think we're dealing with, my only thing is that this would be OP, right? Like Darkseid, Lucifer Morningstar. We're getting some characters that are, you know, I mean, we have Superman, right? But I feel like it's baseline Superman. We're not talking like some crazy variations of Superman, which also Superman is also just in his base, like I'm saying base, but yeah, he's like Thousand Absorbed Sun Superman, right? Like, I'm just making up stuff right now, but my point is we're getting, yeah, I agree. I'm just curious how they're going to do it, right? Because we look at the characters that are currently in game, and they're, I mean, like, we're not getting at any of like characters at their like god moments, right? Like for Kyle Rayner, he's Ion. Yeah, I don't know. And so, just thoughts. Aquaman, yeah. Well, this one's interesting because I was actually looking. I think it was on a post on the Reddit yesterday, and people were like, "So we have Ocean Master, Mera, Black Manta, but we don't have Aquaman," which means, yeah, it's yeah. I'm kind of curious what they're gonna do with him. I don't really know what they would do with Aquaman. Crypto, I think he'd be a fun one. One that I think, excuse me, is the Joker. I actually think this is like one of the big ones. I am very, 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 very curious about the Joker. Personally, I think he's gonna be a poison character. I think he'd be a great poison character because that archetype really needs some more poison. And the Joker really just kind of comes across as a character that's like an attacker that's just doing really crazy things. I think of like Injustice as a fighting character. I mean, we all know the Joker, and the fact that he's not in this game is kind of crazy in the sense that this is the Joker, right? And there's so many Jokers that they can do. I think one of the things that okay, we'll talk more later. I think this is Lobo and Darkseid again. Black Adam, yep. Black Adam, Lobo, Edgar, I can never pronounce this guy's name. What they're referring to is, where is it? No. I was just looking it up. It's the detective. I just had it. Where is he? I probably just passed it too. You're probably like, you passed it. There it is. Jason Blood, Etrigan the Demon. Jason Blood is Etrigan, a powerful demon from hell. Through an enchantment by the wizard Merlin, cursed union renders blood immortal. Periodically transformed into Etrigan. So this is the detective, right? So I think this would be, so we know he's going to be probably most likely a burn character, maybe a tank. We'll see how he operates. I mean, I'm just making stuff up. Black Adam. I mean, the one that I'm seeing the most of, devs, if you're watching this, Lobo. Everybody, like 1, 2, 3. And yeah, they got 3 people saying Lobo. That's, I mean, 30% of people said Lobo. And then Darkseid, we've got a lot of the Shazam universe. So I think this is really interesting in the sense of what people want to see in this game. I mean, I got Shazam. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that can be brought to this game. I really like the idea of Lobo. I love Lobo. So I also wanted to highlight a few other things that I think. So I just did top 20 like characters in DC to kind of go through some general characters. We have a lot of the big ones already, right? Batman, Superman, but we've got their baseline versions. We don't have a lot of I mean, we're dealing with a multiverse kind of character team, like all these things. Flash, Nightwing, Green Lantern, Aquaman, who we don't have though. We have Dr. Fate. We don't have Shazam. We have Zatanna, Black Canary, Catwoman, Batgirl, Cyborg, Constantine. We have these. John Stewart, Starfire, Robin, Tim Drake. We do have these, Blue Beetle. A lot of these characters also, I will just be outright with you. If I think if they're an elite like Tim Drake, they will definitely make an epic version of them. Supergirl we have as a legendary, so Beast Boy. Now my personal hope and my personal favorite, I am a gigantic Batman Beyond. It was ended too soon, just saying. Terry McGinnis. Batman Beyond was one of my favorite shows growing up as a kid. I love the movie, the Joker movie. That legitimately, I had that on freaking VHS, man. That was one of, if not my favorites growing up as a kid. I loved that movie. That was one of my favorites. Okay. So I really want to see him, Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond. James Gordon, I mean, yeah, Firestorm. We've already had many conversations about Firestorm. Green Lantern Corps, Robin, he's in the game. Huntress in the game, but she's an elite, so she can be bumped up. Off the Jay Garrick Flash, it would be a great one. I mean, Lobo, who doesn't want Lobo? Hawkgirl, Crypto, we've already Hawkgirl, Arsenal. We've got Miss Martian, Superboy. There's the teenage version though. Impulse. I was looking at a few. Black Lightning. I think one that stands out was also like Static Shock. Where's Static Shock? Hawkman, Jason Blood. There we go. Static. Hawkman. The Question. He's in the game. A little bit less known. Spectre, Batwoman, Vixen in the game. Plastic Man, I think would be a fun tank if they ever made him. There's Green Lantern, Kyle Runner, Aqualad, Wonder Girl, Booster Gold. One that I was thinking about was Dr. Manhattan, but like he ends the game. Like, how do you make this is the one thing that I think DC has a slight issue with is just powers, because it's like Dr. Manhattan, like, okay, and I'm just gonna snap and yeah, I don't know. I mean, the other characters, King Shark, he's in the game. Killer Frost, yep. And again, the demon. Why is there twice? Azrael. I mean, you have Ares. Black Manta, I think, can be redone. There's Guy Gardner. He is coming to the game, or in it by the time this video is out. Power Girl, White Canary, Wonder Girl. Okay, so the one characters now, I think actually what's a little bit more interesting, and I'm going to say this, I think there is way more interesting villains that are not in the game right now. I mean, there's variations of the characters they already have, I think, like Batman and all the mains, but like, we don't have the Joker, which we already just talked about. Excuse me. Darkseid, we have Lex Luthor, who's already super duper broken. I don't think we need a new one right now. Two-Face is in the game, Bane's in the game, Deathstroke's in the game, Reverse Flash, Professor Zoom. Scarecrow's an elite. They need to make him epic to legendary. Riddler, I mean, he's not even in the game. Sinestro's already in the game. Brainiac, yes, we need Brainiac. Mr. Freeze, they need to remake him already. They need Ra's al Ghul. Mr. Freeze is an elite. They need to remake him. Ra's al Ghul, he needs to be done way more justice than just an elite. Ra's al Ghul, of course. Poison Ivy, she's already. I mean, okay, of course. Doomsday. I'm just, he's going to be a tank. The question is, how? Like, what is he going to fit? How's he going to fit on the team? I mean, I could see like a Bane-like character, or a character. Honestly, with him, he just never like he has a really cool revive mechanic. I think would be really interesting. General Zod, of course. General Zod. Penguin's already in the game. Black Adam, Zoom. Killer Croc. Yep, we need Killer Croc. Clayface, where they need to remake Solomon Grundy. A lot of tanks, guys. I'm like looking at this and I'm like, man, there is a lot of tanks. I mean, Trigon, same thing with like, okay. Like, I mean, the Red Lantern Corps would be cool. I mean, that would be cool in comparison to the Green Lantern. Bizarro's already in the game. He's good. Cheetah's, they can remake Cheetah. Talia al Ghul. Black Mask. Yeah, 100% Black Mask. Hugo Strange. Ares. I mean, there's so many cool characters they can release for this game. I'm really curious. I think like there's a lot of Doomsday, for instance, as a good one that I think could come out any point. There's a lot. I mean, Reverse Flash, this Darkseid, but Darkseid I think will be a boss before he's out yet, just because I feel like Darkseid's gonna be an event. Like it's gonna be a big deal when he comes to the game, because Darkseid is like, I mean, Darkseid is stronger than Thanos, but like he's like the Thanos of more. I think he's even more. Darkseid is like, don't know, like he's just got again, maybe I'm biased because I just when I was growing up, Darkseid was like the thing, right? But like Reverse Flash, these all feel like really good villains. But Darkseid is very much on like a different level in terms of like when he's like there is like world conquering, like I feel like you can't just drop him, right? You got to build to him. Same with, I think, the Joker. The Joker, I think they need to have these really big events that really. I think especially for Darkseid, I'm going to say Darkseid just because he is such a menace in the universe, right? I think Brainiac is I don't know, like for me he's just this, like he is so behind the scenes, and when he comes in there is just a presence with him coming in, and it's just like, oh my god, right? And I think when we kind of come back here, there are other characters. Like we have a lot of these characters. I think it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the variations of these characters. Like there are so many Batman, like the Batman Who Laughed. Oh my God, there's so many Batman. Like we saw like Flashpoint Batman, right? Like there's so many Batman, there's so many Superman, right? But we also need to just start getting other characters like Aquaman. I think they need to start, you know, like they already have two variations of Superman already, right? And they're very similar. I also hope they do a little bit more deviations in these characters' kits. I think that also come back to who are they releasing, that I think is really, really important, because it really kind of speaks to who people want to see. I mean, people love Batman. Batman is just, that's why I'm like, I want, before you start releasing more variations of characters, I do want to see also like I want to see Batman Beyond. Like, give me new characters too. And I know it's easier something with the models and Beast Boy, and like we don't have Wally West, Terry McGinnis, more variations of these characters, the Atom. There's so much stuff we could do with this game, but what I'm really interested in is not the heroes, but actually the villains. There's a lot of villains we're missing. We're missing Darkseid. I mean, we're missing like Reverse Flash, the Riddler, Brainiac, a lot of actually, what's his names? Superman's Doomsday. Doomsday is got kind of that same, like, to me Doomsday and the Joker are just, they're like, they need to be in this game before we start releasing a lot of variations of other characters. We do know Mr. Terrific is coming. I'm excited for Mr. Terrific if he's Shielder support. One character that I did want to bring up because he's one of my favorite, and I know he's not DC, but he has interacted with DC characters, and he is legitimately like one of my favorites, and that's Hellboy. Ron Perlman's Hellboy. Please, for the love of God, if they could just bring, wait, right here, guys, like just give me Hellboy, please. I know it's Dark Horse, I know it's not DC, but my God, would, like, please bring him to the game. And if he could just say, I'm not a really good shot, but this Samaritan here carries really big bullets. God, I would just, oh my, if they bring Hellboy and Ron Perlman voices like one line, which they don't really have voice lines in this game, but God, would it, I might actually 10-star the character. Devs, if you're watching, I know I'm a small YouTuber, but devs, if you're watching, please don't do that until this channel gets monetized, because I have to 10-star him. I don't know, don't do that to me. Please. No, this is my favorite movie ever. Dude, Hellboy. Oh, Ron Perlman Hellboy. The first movie. Oh, sorry. Like one of my favorite movies of all time. Okay. So that's just my general thoughts. This is not meant to be like, let's go in-depth analysis. I just want to say, like, who are some characters we could see? I think the Teen Titans would be cool. We already have most of the Teen Titans actually already in game, but we are missing most. I mean, I know. I want to pull him up. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Nightwing. Dick Grayson. We have him as Nightwing, but he's also, I mean, he's Robin, right? So, you know, it could be really interesting to do like a Teen Titans. We already have these characters, but again, we can release variations of these characters. The younger versions would be really cool. The Teen Titans, I mean, we've got all the, like, a lot of these characters do already exist, but I think it'd be really interesting to see how they release them. I think right now, though, at bare minimum, before we start seeing new, and at the same time, we also don't want to just release villain after villain after villain after villain after villain. But I think, you know, I really like the villains in DC, and I think they have such an expansive list of characters they can pull from. I do think the Joker and Darkseid are, and Reverse Flash are, especially Joker and Darkseid. These Joker, Darkseid, and Doomsday. Those are some big characters, and you can really, and like, one of the beautiful things about DC is there's so many variations of these characters that people love, that you can release just baseline Batman and then, you know, Batman Beyond, and then that makes me happy, right? But it's still Batman. Well, I mean, technically different. It's not Bruce Wayne, it's Terry McGinnis, but yeah, you get the idea. There's so many characters, and then also they have so many characters already in game that they need to kind of update, like Batgirl, who's a rare. She can be easily an epic to a legendary, and so then they're also going to release different variations of these characters at different points in their time, because again, we're getting sometimes, like, we're getting just baseline Superman, right? He does the heat vision and then calls it a day, right? But I mean, you've got Injustice Superman. But yeah, I'm yawning a ton this morning. So that's it for this video. It's meant to just be like, hey, we're going to look at baseline characters. Again, I know there's so many variations of these characters that they can bring in. This is just looking at the characters themselves that we know are not actually in the game. Please leave a comment if you want, like, I was thinking that I could do more videos. We could talk through some more characters that we could potentially bring into this game. And I know the devs already have a list probably of the characters they're bringing in. And I know for a fact that, you know, Firestorm and Killer Frost are both sitting in this game. And those are most likely going to be coming out very soon after this, after Mr. Terrific. Yeah, but I think there's some other characters that, like, we've got those two, and then I think they need to start doing some heavy hitters. I'm not saying that Firestorm and Killer Frost are not heavy hitters, but I think if they're going to release these characters, which are a little bit lower in the hype scale, I think that they need to kind of peaks and valleys. You want to have, it's okay to release not the most hype characters, but then, like, you need to be bringing in like Doomsday, right? Or you need to be bringing in like the Joker, or you need to be bringing in like characters that, and that they need to be kind of meta at the same time. I'm not saying like power creep, but I am saying like we want to expand. Oh, yeah. We want to expand, like, right? For instance, like, imagine they bring in the Joker, and he's like, I don't know, like an invasion tank or something like that. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out here, but he's really good at applying poison. Oh, that makes the poison meta so much better. So then it really kind of incentivizes people to want to get like Poison Ivy, the Penguin, and now you have really maybe somewhat of a solid baseline team for Poison. They would need one more though, because you don't want to be running Scarecrow right all the time. But that's my 2 bit. Okay, that's it for me, folks. I look forward to hearing from you. Look forward to just, you should, like, in the comments, leave some ideas of who you think you want to see. Have a great day, and remember, as always, failing is just your first attempt at learning.